Okay, so it's time to come back to our loin that we've had in cure. This has been in cure now for 10 days. I took it out of the cure yesterday and patted it off, washed off all the excess cure, and then left it uncovered in the fridge for a further 24 hours to develop what's known as a pellicule, which is the, I don't know if you can see it, the slight shine you've got here on the meat. It's quite sticky to the touch, and that is what we're going to hope the smoke will actually adhere to. Now, I haven't used a commercial cure, premix cure before. This is the first time I've used it. So far so good. You can see the meat's quite firm now, and it's got this lovely coral sort of pinky colour running all the way through it, which is a good indication that the cure has took and actually done its job and turned this into bacon. Remember, if we didn't use the cures, if we didn't use the nitrates, this would only end up being salt pork. Not very pleasant to eat. It's the nitrites and the cures that actually make the bacon and give you the bacon taste. But to further enhance the flavour, I'm going to put this into my cold smoker. So we're going to have smoked back bacon. Standard stainless steel meat hook. You can get these in any of your butcher suppliers for pence. Give it a good hook in the thick end like that. Take the weight. That was what's going to be suspended in the smoker. As you can see here, if I just push that out of the way, I've already prepared my Pro-Q smoker, and I'll be lighting that and putting that into my makeshift cold smoker, which, as you've seen previously in other videos, is just basically a galvanised bin with a metal cross rod to hang things off of. So we'll leave that for a minimum of 10 hours, maybe 20, depending on how the smoke takes. This is hickory dust, so it's going to be quite an intense flavour. The bacon is leaner than what I tend to use. I tend to like having a nice fat cap on there, but we'll see how this takes, and then I think what we'll do after that at some point is look at making another back bacon, but actually creating your own cure from scratch as a recipe, using pink salts and sugars, and maybe do a sweet cure. But we'll come back to that another day. And there you go. You can see the Pro-Q smoker with a light, smoking well. The bacon just in the bin there. And we'll close this up and come back to it in about 10 hours. Right, so the bacon has been in smoke, in the cold smoker now. This one I put in for 20 hours, mainly because it's so lean. Usually if there's a decent fat cap on the top of the bacon, I'll leave it for half that. I'll just do a 10 hour smoke, because the fat is the bit that really takes on the flavour of the smoke. So this one's been in for 20 hours. You can see it's taken a lovely golden colour, the yellow colour there from the smoke, the hickory smoke, and it really does smell quite strong. All we have to do now is slice it up, ready for serving. And what I've got here is an electric meat slicer. Bit noisy. I picked this one up off of one of those websites, one of the auction sites. It was actually on offer to buy now price, and that was about £40, reduced down from 100. So quite a bit of a bargain there, really. Now it's okay for small pieces of meat like this. If you're going to cut larger joints like gammons and things like that, you really want to think about investing in something a little bit larger, but they're easy to come by second hand. They do save an awful lot of time if you want to slice meat into like this rashers from bacon. But with this you can also cut off, if you want to cut off a steak with a steak knife, a nice thick steak to cook. If I just slice that through there like that, I'll be able to show you the inside. Hopefully it's all cured through. Now this is the first time I've actually used a manufactured cure. I usually make my own up, but if you look at that, you've got that lovely crimson colour all the way through the meat there, showing that it's absolutely cured all the way through, that lovely pinkness that you associate with bacon. So we'll put this onto the slicer, and we'll see if we can get a few rashers off, and we'll put them into the pan. You can probably hear the pan sizzling away a little bit. So it's going to be a bit noisy for a couple of minutes. First one just to square off. So this is very lean, I'm not quite sure how well this is going to slice into rashers, but there we go. Starting to get them come through lovely now. Now it's squared off. Two. We'll just do the three for now. There we go, and as you can see, all the way through, lovely traditional pink colour of bacon that you see in the shops. That, of course, is because we used the curing salts with the nitrates and nitrites in them already. That gives that lovely pink colour. This remainder of the bacon, let's trim that edge up, I will put in the fridge, and it'll probably keep for a good couple of weeks. This, you can just take it and slice bits off as and when you want. If you really wanted to, I suppose at this stage you could hang it outside in a meat safe and let it air dry for a while to really intensify the flavours, but that's going to be something we'll cover again in a video at a later date when we do some air dried bacon. Right, so let's see how these cook up. Got a pan here. Now normally I dry fry bacon, I don't put any oils with them, but because this is so lean I've put a tiny little bit of olive oil in the bottom of this frying pan. Good quality copper pan. That's what I like to hear. Leave that in for a second or two. Now I'm hoping what you'll see here, you won't get a great deal of shrinkage, and you shouldn't get an awful lot of that sort of white fatty protein that comes out, or anywhere near as much as you do with the store-bought bacon, because a lot of the store-bought bacon you buy have had water and other things, preservatives injected into it, obviously to give it a longer shelf life, and also in some cases to add weight to the package, so you're actually paying for water that's actually been injected into your bacon. This, of course, nothing like that has happened. This is purely dry cured with your salts, your sugars and your nitrites, nitrate mixtures. So as you see there, not shrinking that much, very lean, and it cooks through very quickly. Now back bacon I don't like overly crispy, so let it cook for a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds just then, and flip it over. There you go, just starting to brown off. Look at that. Now I don't think you can get better quality bacon than that anywhere. You know what's gone into it, you know how it's been treated, you know where it's been cooked, and cured, and no messing. All that's missing from this now is a couple of slices of bread ready for bacon butty. And that is it. I'll just get a plate that should come off shortly. Take raw meats, move them away from anything that's cooked. Quick rinse of the hands. And out onto the plate, like so. Just time to put in the other little bits. They'll cook off, waste not, want not. Then rinse the hands. And there we have it. Let's see how it tastes. Because one thing I am worried about using a commercially bought cure is it's over salty. So let's just see. Look at that, dead tender. And that is perfect. In fact, that's a lot less salty than I was expecting. That is really good. And that hickory, you really can taste the smoke on that, which again, considering the absence of a lot of fat, is quite surprising. So there you have it. basic back bacon, smoked bacon, done at Rusty's Rustic Pantry. I think I'll just get some slices of bread and make myself a butty for lunch. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channels. Have a go at doing things like this yourself. It's quite inexpensive. It's a little bit of fun in the kitchen. Let me know how you get on. If you have any problems, feel free to ask through the channel. Drop me a line, whatever. Rustic Pantry. And we look forward to hearing from you all and seeing you all again soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.